Hello, welcome, namaskar. Once again, I am back, your host, and I am back with another episode. And this time in Allergy Legend, I am not having one single legend with me. I am having a family of legends who have really spent the entire career, the entire family lifetime in the development of this specialty. They have practiced this specialty. They have really lived and breathed about this subject, and they are so passionate about that. So I'm very fortunate to have Dr. Modi with me. So let us welcome Dr. Gautam Modi. It's an honor to have you, sir, with us on the Allergy Legends. And today we will be talking about your father, respected Dr. R.K. Modi, sir, as well as your journey in this particular field. Thank you. Thank you for accepting our invite today. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the kind invitation, Dr. Neeraj. Thank you.
Thank you,
It's
sir.
an honor to be with you all today. And what a better day you could have given me on 22nd July, my 56th birthday, that I talk today about my late father, remember him, and a son pays a personal as a professional homage to him.
Great, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. And our good wishes are with you and your family. So let us talk with the start of this journey, sir. So what we have heard and we have understood till now that your father, late Dr. R.K. Modi, he was great legendary, and he actually started all these allergy subject or allergy practice at your place. So can you please briefly tell us how you would like to describe your father, not as a doctor point of view, but as a person point of view?
Well, if I talk about my father as a person, he was a very simple, strong, straightforward, pious, devoted, dedicated, and a hardworking person, very, very strict to his ethics, and always wished, which he fulfilled also, that he works till his last breath in life. That is how, as a son, I could sum up my father, and someone who had a personality to be imbibed, and someone always, as a son, as a person, and all the society had someone to look up to.
Right, sir. Great, sir. So, just wanted to ask you, let us go back somewhere around 40 or 50 years back. So, my question to you is that what drew him to allergy specialty and what kept him passionate about it throughout his life?
Oh, that's a very good question, and that is something which I have been willing to talk since ages. Actually, what happened after his graduation, my father was doing his post graduation from an institute called RMRI, Rajendra Memorial Research Institute, in those days. And there was a research project going on, and he was working on a thesis under Professor Dr. Raman Vishwanathan, the legendary father figure who had established Vallabhai Patel Chess Institute also. And in those days, he used to come to Patna once in a month or once in 45 to 60 days. Traveling was less in those days, and he was basically a mycologist, a chest physician. So extensive work and research was going on in Dhanbad coal mine area on coal workers' pneumoconiosis. That's how my father got attached to him. So, in the due course, when this allergy training program was introduced in Patel Chest way back in 75 or 77, my father was asked by him to come down to Delhi, join the course, and hence the installation of liking towards the practice of allergy and allergen immunotherapy was instilled. So that's how my father was drawn to Patel Chest. He stayed there for a couple of days, got trained, and incidentally, now late Professor Dr. M.K. Agrawal sir was also there with him in those days. He learned the practice. It was a very nascent kind of a thing in those days. And that's how he came back and started Modi Allergy Clinic. Earlier, it was known as Dr. Modi's Clinic of Allergy, Asthma, Chest, and Applied Immunotherapy. And it started in 1978.
Right, sir. Right, sir. So, as you rightly mentioned, sir, that Dr. Modi, sir, your father has really started and pioneered this work about allergy, and he started with his clinic. And can you please tell me a little bit brief about his training? Like what I understand that somewhere around 45 years back, 50 years back, when the word allergy itself was very new, at least in this part of the world. And there were so many, you can say, like myths and beliefs which were going on. So, what inspired him to take up this subject, and how he, you can say, like trained himself about this subject and got that much motivation or that much vision? So, if you can tell us some light, throw some light on that.
There was a scenario in our country in those days, what I could recall with conversations to my father. In fact, the day when you told me that you were planning to record an interview of mine regarding him, I was going on remembering and remembering the conversations he used to have with me. In those days, a purely dedicated chest institute was very scarce and rare in our country. So all those hand-picked people who were aspiring to become chest physicians or who were studying pulmonary medicine or chest medicine, somehow or other, they had a dream of going to Vallabhbhai Patel Chest, spending some time there. Programs and fellowships were very rare in those days. But Allergy started there as a department, and they started enrolling candidates for training programs in allergy and allergen immunotherapy. So people used to go there, train in that program, but also simultaneously spend some time in PFT workshops, then wards, then tuberculosis. They used, lot of doctors used to spend time for tuberculosis training, etc. But my father found an ample interest in allergy, and it was purely his initiation, his interest, which inspired him to take up this branch, which was absolutely vacant, 100% I could say, in the whole of eastern towards Bihar, Bengal, and on and northeastern states. So, thus, after coming back, he set up his first allergy clinic with a basic center for investigations and further immunotherapy.
So, sir, like when sir started this clinic for the first time, so means like those initial days, I'm sure that nobody was aware about. Even the doctors were also not very much willing to, you can say, like accept this as a specialty. So, I'm sure
Yes.
that nobody would be willing or keen to refer any patient, or even patients by themselves. Means like they were not be aware that what is the utility of this. So, how he navigated his journey over few years, at least after starting his clinic there.
That's a very good question again. Once Modi Allergy Clinic was set up, I think I was in standard sixth that time. I could remember. So some calls used to be made to his colleagues. And then, luckily, Patna has been always on the forefront or on the map of medical sciences since beginning. We had pioneer orthopedicians, pediatricians. Dr. Professor Lala Suraj Nandan was a very pioneer pediatrician in Patna, and including gynecologists. So conferences used to be there, and the upper brass and segment knew that a branch called allergy and allergen immunotherapy is coming up. But as on date, from that date onwards, it has been always a patient to patient reference in allergy practice. This is something which is very common over 45 years yet, that somehow patients used to come. And my father had very good friends in ENT, ophthalmology, then general physicians, chest physicians. The few of them could send one or two, three cases, odd cases. But later on, those patients themselves, they started sending. But it was a tough time. And in those era when allergy was an unrecognized entity and branch in medical sciences, how far successfully you could navigate, it is really worth remarkable.
Sir, since which year you feel that you are associated with your father related to the subject of allergy? Means like formally associated. I can understand that since the beginning you have heard a lot of conversation about different things from him, but officially means like since which year you have been associated with him?
That's a good question, Neeraj. I would like to give reply in two sections. My association with allergy and allergy immunotherapy and Dr. Modi's Clinic of Allergy started from 1982 when I was a standard 8th. And my job after coming back from school for 1 or 2 hours was to boil the glass van syringes, take it out from the boiler, and then take out from the another boiler steel syringes, fix them up, and keep on the tray, sterilized tray for loading. As a novice student, I used to do this very methodically. So that's how I started working in the field of allergy. And finally, I joined my father in 1997 Diwali. And after the puja, he asked me one question, that you want to practice also allergy or you want to practice only allergy. I asked him what is the difference. Then he told that if you want to also practice allergy, then I think you must move ahead to some other place. But if you only want to practice allergy, then you are most welcome. Join me from today itself. So that day onwards, I have been an integral part and parcel of my organization.
So, sir, when you started, like you told me somewhere around 1997, that means like
Yes.
nearly, you can say like now almost 27 years, 28 years you are in the profession, in this profession. So, how you see that the things were there in 1997 as compared now, like 2025, nearly 3 decades or quarter to 3 decades? What do you think that what changes have come up from the knowledge perspective point of view, from you can say like awareness perspective point of view? And simultaneously, the third question will be from the management strategies or availability of the resources point of view.
It has been an absolutely wonderful turnaround for the field of allergy in our country. I would honestly admit today on your forum that I took up allergy because my father was an allergy specialist. Had there been an open choice given to me in those days, boys used to be obedient, of course, so I would have opted for some other branch. But because my father was an allergy specialist, I took up allergy. That was then. If you talk about the science, it has certainly transformed itself tremendously, I would say, especially in the last 10 years and specifically post COVID era in the last 5 years. Resources have developed. Now we have got a better option, a better tools available for the identification of the allergens. We have got very competent world-class therapies available in our country to treat various disorders and also in vivo and vitro both. India is now running ahead at the global standards for the identification of allergy. It is also very remarkable that with a population of 130 crores today, and then also fast growing, the emerging population, the emergence of allergy as a problem, as a specialty, as a science has been very widely accepted. And hats off today to the people of specialty of ENT and pediatrics like you people who have recognized this as a menace, actually endorsed Atopy March, and thus worked very hard in bringing allergy to the national scenario of the scientific world in our country. It was lacking in those days. We had very few practitioners, and questions used to be raised. I remember two allergy conferences, national, being hosted in Patna and elsewhere. Attendance used to be very low, and clarification because of non-availability of teaching in the branches was not there. So clarification regarding the prospects of the subject taken as a specialty in future was not there. So today it is a totally changed scenario, and hats off, I could see day by day more and more amount of enthusiastic and budding allergists joining the race.
You're right, sir, right. So during your journey, means like past 30 years or so, you must have encountered several people, several allergists, several mentors. So can you please name few, whomsoever you want to, that who have made some significant impact in your understanding, in your journey of allergy training or allergy practice?
I think one person to start with, he was common, that was late Dr. Professor M.K. Agrawal. He was a very significant contributor to my father's journey in his life, and he used to always discuss with him on various topics, off and on, whenever they met. Then the first time I stepped into Patel Chess was I working under him for quite a long time. So he was one factor who influenced, trained, and groomed me. Along with that time, respected Dr. Professor S.N. Gaur sir, then Dr. P.C. Kathuria sir, of course, Dr. A.B. Singh sir, he was there, and to some extent, could call Dr. V.K. Jain sir also. Then Dr. Rajkumar sir, he has been very instrumental for me since beginning. And lately, I have found when I stepped into the shoes of East convener, Indian College of Allergy in place of my father, it was Dr. Suryakant who had blessed me since the day one. And lately, I find the science of Dr. P. A. Mahesh very encouraging. So these are the few people. Of course, there are many more who have directly and indirectly. Most important have been my patients, the people who have been treated with my father. Their children are now suffering. They come back with the same amount of faith and trust. And to sum up, one of the persons who has been very, very inspiring and who is worth commendable is just sitting next to me on the screen. That is you, Dr. Neeraj Gupta. You are doing a great job in bringing allergy on the horizon. I salute you and I give you my heartiest congratulations for this great effort of yours.
Thank you, sir. Actually, means like this is quite encouraging, and only because of people like you, we get so much motivation and the zeal to work and need to work. So, sir, coming back, so like you mentioned about so many things, but you will also agree with me that yes, we have traveled a lot in this
Yes.
particular subject, but still there are miles to go. There are, you can say, like still there are many, many, many more things which needs to be done and which we need to do. So
Yes.
I would just like to ask your opinion. Like right now, we are sitting in 2025. So suppose if I want you to draw a vision 2030 for the subject of allergy. So what do you think that where we should be aiming for, and if we are aiming for that particular goal, then what should be the strategy from here onward? So what have been done till now, it's fine, but next 5 years, how we should proceed, in which directions we should proceed to aim for that particular goal or goals.
First of all, India has traveled a very long way, I must say, when allergy was a non-recognizable branch, then stepped in on a horizon that was the single test total IgE. It was at that time a path-breaking test, which gave it the first introduction to the term allergy, and any person practicing in our country could assess whether the patient is allergic or not. Today, in our talks, we often say that, of course, we don't take it total IG as a benchmarker. But remember, in those days, ultimately, there was something in our country for the practitioners, GPs, and all clinicians across India who could get a test done. And then, if they wanted, they could refer to a allergologist. Secondly, various testing modalities have been there in vivo and vitro, and certainly non-availability of the standardized allergen extracts have always been an issue of debate. But amidst all these circumstances, whatever we had, we did work with it. And India has got a very, very encouraging results as far as subcutaneous immunotherapy with poly or single allergen extracts is concerned, still there in the data. And now we are moving ahead to a very specific component resolved diagnostic modalities. And subsequently, we should aim to treat that extract which is there exactly responsible for the allergic phenomenon. So I think the kind of pace we are having, the kind of people we are having, the kind of science they are putting behind the research R&D, we should attain that, decode the allergic phenomena at earliest possible through your hands. Pediatricians will be on the lead runner, and see that The allergic march, which is certainly there in our country, certainly it is there in our country. I'll give you a small example. अपने बचपन में शायद I have never heard people having reactions to peanuts. But in the past 5 years, peanut allergy is becoming a menace in our society slowly. So this will be addressed very efficiently, and this will also be treated. So pediatric allergy specialists are the future of our country. Subsequently, on that pattern, the senior and the other faculty for the allergy practitioners will take over. But I certainly see India a very promising future for the treatment of allergy disorders.
Right, sir. Sir, like for an example, young pediatricians who are, like you rightly mentioned, that pediatric allergy practice or pediatricians are at the, you can say, like at the main, we are looking forward that over the next few years, if the pediatricians can take up this particular branch and they can really pick up the things early, detect the things early, institute some preventive measures, detect them early, treat them early, and actually they can make a huge difference. So, if as a young pediatrician, what core skills or what mindset would like to advise them that they should be having when they are taking up this branch or they are planning to practice in this branch?
I think two D's for that: 101% devotion and 101% dedication, along with two P's, that is 100% persistence and 101% perseverance. So we all put our DPs on our status and photos and WhatsApp. So remember these two Ds and two Ps. Any young pediatrician in specific, if you are planning to take up allergy as a specialty in your career, I congratulate you today and wish you all the best, because you have done a most justified and the correct thing by accepting this subject as a challenge. Practice of allergy, especially in pediatrics, will always be a challenge, but you will be one of the best serving servants of the society when you are serving the children and you are safeguarding our future from becoming troublesome by either rhinitis, asthma, food allergy, drug allergy, whatever it may be. Certainly, you have to manage two categories, one pediatric and one adult in the form of parents. So recognize your taste earlier. If you want to take up this branch, get in touch with pediatricians who are also into deep practice of allergy, like yourself, Dr. Neeraj, and there are many others there now. And they are having various training programs. Train yourself, get yourself enrolled. One training module may not be sufficient enough for you to launch a very good practice. So do not hesitate in retraining yourself. Do not hesitate in going out, learning, and accepting, and then you can start on your journey. So
So,
this is my opinion, that you must have faith in the branch, believe in the branch, must have the power of counseling, conviction, and then move ahead.
I think very rightly put forward, sir. So, a allergy training program, and we need actually more robust training programs now across the country. So, suppose if we ask you to help us in designing a ideal training program, so what do you think? Like, for an example, it should be of such a duration, this type of training, or what do you think? What is your thought process about a particular training program or the existing training program? How they can improve further so that we can actually produce more quality trained allergists out of these programs.
I think at least now, whatever the current programs are going on, for the time being, they are sufficient enough, because you have got two category of people. One who are ready to devote any time for learning. If you stretch the course for 1 month, they will be ready to enroll and do. Number is very less for them. Second is that most of us post-COVID era opt for online learning. So with online learning and contact session programs, anything between 4 to 6 weeks, or you can say maximum 3 months is good enough. But I underline a statement: learning in allergy never stops. So once you think that you have primarily made yourself capable enough, you must go for advanced learning, advanced courses, basics of allergy, learning about aerobiology, learning about the diagnostic modalities, learning about immunotherapy. Immunotherapy is very different in if you talk about pediatric population in compared to the adult population. And then how to stop the fallout, how to ensure they continue with it, and some convincing lectures, some convincing points regarding the efficacy of immunotherapy in the long run, and how to set up an allergy practice. These are the some points which you can sum up. Of course, like PFTs and other oscillometry workshops and other things which are there nowadays, CRD, that can be included. But whatever is being done in today's time for the training of allergy is far, far better than what I had as an option in my days. We had only two options. One was going on in Vallabhbhai Patel Chess, and other had been started in CMC Vellore. I think from where you also trained yourself.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Yes.
So, sir, what do you think that, I can very well see that you have a very clear vision for next few years, like 2030, we just spoke about that. And we also spoke about training programs and their importance. What do you think that the organizations like our organization, Indian Academy of Pediatrics, especially Allergy Chapter, and the organizations like ICAI, Indian College of Allergy, SY Immunology, or even in fact from National Board or other academic institutions, could be World Allergy Organization, Center of Excellence institutions. So, how they can play their role in achieving these goals and how, what they can help.
Your voice is breaking. Your voice was breaking in between.
Okay, okay. So, sir, I
Yes.
just wanted to ask about different organizations' role, like Indian Academy of Pediatric, Indian College of Allergy, SY Immunology, National Board, or even the Center of Excellence institutes about allergy. So, how they can play their role in achieving all these goals.
Number one is that training programs, number one, I should say, is that acceptance of allergy as a specialty should be there in the curriculum, like chapters on allergy in the undergrad level. Then there can be some recognized DNB or some recognized postgraduate courses in allergy at the government sector. And also, more and more educational institutions in their respective departments can start training programs for allergy and allergen immunotherapy. See if 50 or 100 or 200 institutes pan India, they start a course in their respective departments, it means directly or indirectly, they are endorsing it. Once you only endorse it, then you start, then you call someone and start training them. So one of the aspect is that. Secondly, there are various bodies, everybody has got their own identity, their own intentions, their own interests. So keeping everything set aside, the propagation of the branch of allergy and allergy and immunotherapy should be brought more and more to the young practitioners and other practitioners of ENT, derma, etc., in a much better and an acceptable manner. See, we spread awareness in the masses for allergy. But similarly, I think awareness amongst fellow clinicians should also be there that yes, allergy is there, allergy can be treated, it can be downsized, it can be tested. So, in the next 5 years, aggressively, if we work towards this, with the younger generation coming up, more and more people take up this as a specialty, and that's a good sign.
Right,
I'm
sir.
looking forward to, because I'll be hosting the allergy workshop for the 11th, the NAPCON in Patna on 11th of December. So gradually the attendees, as far as I've seen in conferences for the workshops, is increasing. And Mostly, you'll be surprised to know that from chest department of general medicine, they are probably number three and four, mostly are from pediatrics and from ENT. So that is a very encouraging sign, Dr. Neeraj, as I told you, that pediatricians, child is the father of man, so pediatricians are going to be the father of allergy in the coming era.
Right. Sir, now we are coming to almost near the far out, end of the interview. So just wanted to ask you few quick questions. So a one or few myths about allergies which you still think that they are still roaming around in the country.
Allergy can't be treated. Once you are allergic, you're always allergic.
Right. Sir, one allergy tool or probably a test you absolutely trust in your clinic or your practice.
Skin prick test,
Right.
followed by, to some extent, specific IG, and now CRD.
Okay, right, sir. And what is your favorite scientific journal or a go-to resource in case if you want to refer something? So, which particular resource you would like to advise?
Online journals, especially I refer to many online journals which are available for allergy. In our country, it is Indian Journal of Allergy and Applied Immunology. And nowadays, lot of scientific programs are there on webinars which are even run by IAP.
Sir, sir, one clinical pearl that you wish every practitioner should know about allergy practice.
Every patient is a new patient. Every patient who walks into your allergy clinic has come to get himself treated and teach you something. Have this vision and accept him. And unless and until otherwise proved, have the firm conviction within yourself that he's allergic.
Sir,
Then the paradigm of the allergy diagnosis pyramid shall be fulfilled.
sir, sir, any particular book or quote or philosophy that guides your practice or you would like to share with us?
I think I believe that I treat, he cures. And number two is that whatever the patient brings with himself in, the previous papers and the other history sheets, etc., let us give some time and go through it, because there might be some learned friends of ours, more learned than us, who might have missed something, but it is already written there by them. So
Sir,
I believe in having a good overview of the cases.
sir, a second last question is that if you weren't a doctor, what do you think that what you can see yourself apart from a doctor?
As an administrative officer
Sir,
or orator,
sir, and I must say that you are actually a very nice orator. So this I must acknowledge because you actually are. I have heard you several times, and each and every time you are so cool, calm, composed during your oration. Even if a difficult question comes to you, but you never lose your calm, cool composure, which is very, very important and excellent important. Thank you, Dr. Modi, sir, for sharing your
thank you
wisdom
so
and
much.
journey. Before we
Thank you.
sign off, any message for people like us, young allergists, or who wish to have a future in the allergy care in India?
My blessings and best wishes are always with you all. Have firm belief and conviction in the branch you have chosen. It's a tough journey. And remember, patients are the best referrals in your practice. Give time to your patients, make them feel loved, make them feel cared, listen to them, and re listen to them. That is going to give you pearls of your diagnosis, which will help you ultimately. And anytime, in any way, for anything, apart from this interview, if I am needed, I'm always there. Kindly do reach out.
Thank you, sir. I think this was an excellent half an hour, 35 minutes, which we spent with you today. And as always, it is always a pleasure to talk to you, to listen to you. You are not only an excellent allergist, you are an excellent human being, which I feel, which many others feel. And we really admire. We really admire your humbleness. We really admire your politeness, your honesty. And on your birthday, we would once again like to wish you a very successful day, very successful year, and very successful life ahead. So be stay with us. Kindly keep your blessings with us. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
एंड जाते जाते दो लाइनें सुना देता हूँ.
Sir,
शख्स होंगे आप या शख्सियत, कुछ को तो बहुत पसंद होंगे और कुछ को तो आपके नाम से ही एलर्जी हो।
बहुत
सो
अच्छा सर, बहुत अच्छा, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
thank you so much, Dr. Neeraj, for giving me this opportunity, especially on my birthday, to pay homage to my father. It is one of the best things I could have done after his demise as a son, and I'm really grateful to you and your organization for giving. See, you have made the legends alive, and hats off to your thought, your vision, and your effort for bringing so many people. आप सुनेंगे, if you listen to them, then only you can imbibe. So keep up the journey. And anytime I could be of any help, please do reach out to me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, dear friends, this was another a very important, very you can say like scintillating episode of Allergy Legends. And stay tuned. Be ready for another episode, another Allergy Legend episode. Till then, good day, goodbye. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.